In this video we are trying to learn how much we have learned CSS. Okay, so I am going to start the quiz. It's the CSS quiz which is I am taking on Tele3 school, and let's say how we perform on this, and it's going to be very interesting. What does the CSS stand for? CSS stand for cascading style sheet. So this is the option, cascading style sheet, and I will click next. And the next question is that what is the correct HTML for referring to an external style sheet? So referring to an external style sheet, link rel, okay, style sheet type text CSS. Okay, this looks good because source is not a part of this, and this is the not a part of good HTML form. It's not the HTML, so this is the answer. I will submit this. Where is an HTML document is the correct place to refer to an external style sheet? In the body section, in the head section. So it's the head section actually. What HTML tag is used to define an internal style sheet? Okay, to define an internal style sheet, we use style always. Which HTML attribute is used to define inline style? So this style attribute is actually used to define inline style in HTML. What is the correct CSS syntax? Okay, let me see. No, this is not correct. This is not correct as well. This is not correct as well. This is correct. How do you insert a comment in CSS file? We will insert the comment in CSS file like this. Which property is used to change the background color? Background color property used to change the background color. How do you add a background color for all h1 elements? Okay, for all HTML elements, it's actually just we need to use one at a time, and all will be changed at once. Which CSS property used to change the text color of an element? So okay, which CSS is used to change the text color? We will use same color. Which CSS property control the text size? So font size. What is the correct CSS syntax for making all the paragraph elements bold? It's a simple, it's very simple. Not text size, not text size, font size not bold, font weight actually bold. How do you display hyperlink without an underline? Okay, it's a little bit complicated, but let me try to attempt this as well. So text decoration we always use without an underline. So obviously we'll use none because it's not underlined. How do you make each word in a text where start with a capital letter? So it's asking how do you make each word in a text start with the capital letter. So you cannot do with this CSS. Actually we can do this, and text transform, capitalize. I am not familiar with this as well. Okay, not text style. As it will be always, it must be transform, capitalize. Which property is used to change the font of an element? Font family. How do you make the text bold? We will make the text bold like font weight bold. Yeah, it's coming second time. How do you display a border like this? The top border is equal to 10 pixels, the bottom border is equal to 5 pixels, the left border 20 pixels, the right border 1 pixel. Okay, it's very complicated actually. We have to learn the dimensions before we can do this. 10, 1, 5, 20. I think I'm not familiar with this, or it can be like, but which word used to change the left margin of an element? Margin left. Okay. When using the padding property, are you allowed to use negative values? Yes, we allowed. How do you make a list? Oh no, but the last one I think is incorrect. How do you make a list? At least it's atom with sequence. How do you select an element with ID demo? Hash always. How do you select element with class name text? dot test. How do you select all p elements inside a div element? Div dot p always. Div p as well. How do you group selectors? Separate each selector with a plus sign, separate each selector with comma. What is the default value of position property? I think absolute. Let me change this. So 21 out of 84 result. Check your answers. Let me find the answer. What is correct or incorrect? So this was the correct one. Correct. Oh, it's wrong. How do you make each word in a text start with a capital letter? Transform, capitalize. The correct answer is text transform. Okay, text transform, capitalize. Correct, and it's incorrect. I told that I got late to know that I was wrong, because I cannot use negative values in the padding, because it will be against the CSS if you say the results. Okay, we can use it on margin as well. How do you make a list atom is occurs? And the correct answer was list style type. It's complicated. It's complicated really. Correct. It's incorrect. It was static. Okay, so it was, and we will meet in the next video.